Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into the Random Thoughts Indoors live podcast here today. We're going to be checking out and doing some reactions to different videos and stuff like that, news videos and stuff like that. I just got back from doing a hike, so I got to go change and, get ready for this live. So I'm going to put a video on here that I made a while back. You guys can watch that until we're ready to get the live stream started, y'all. All right, you guys enjoy this video for a few, and I will be back very momentarily. Vlogs, when I do my beach hikes and my beach combing and stuff, we always find fishing gear washed up, so that's pretty cool, you guys. That's pretty cool. It's not great for the ecosystem, though. It's not great for the ocean, and the the environmental effects it has is not good. Not good. Let's see, other noteworthy news. Antarctic seafloor secrets. Researchers are using environmental DNA analysis on seafloor samples to uncover secrets hidden in the Antarctic Ocean. That's interesting. Oceanography and technology. The field of ocean science and technology is seeing advancements with news on new underwater imaging technology and partnerships to advance offshore wind energy innovations. So let's touch that topic right quick for a second here. The new underwater imaging technology that they have, let me pull this up here. They did find uncharted shipwreck out off of Cape Breton Island here. So let me see if I can find that. So it says here, a recent shipwreck discovery near Cape Breton's Sydney Bight by the Canadian Hydrographic Service in May of 2025, so May of this year, has revealed a previously uncharted, intact vessel. Using sonar technology, the service found the roughly 46-meter-long ship in approximately 60 meters of water. So it's pretty deep down there, 60 meters of water. Though its origin and cargo are currently unknown, this finding is part of the ongoing efforts by the Fisheries and Oceans Canada to map Canadian waters and provide a new site for historical study and potential exploration by maritime heritage experts. So let's see details of the discovery. The WHO, the Canadian Hydrographic Service, CHS, part of Fisheries and Oceans Canada. What? An uncharted shipwreck described as appearing largely intact. It was found in the Sydney Bight, an area northeast of Cape Breton. And that was discovered in May 2025. And how they discovered it was using sonar technology used for nautical charting, detected the vessel's hull and superstructure. So that's pretty cool, guys. They found a new shipwreck out there that they never knew about. So I guess that was probably something from the war, I'm going to assume. World War I, World War II, something like that. Probably hauling cargo, maybe for one of the steel plants or, something like that. Things like that, But that is pretty cool, guys. That is pretty cool. Another cool thing that I want to talk about here. Now, the Marianas Trench. Yeah, the Marianas Trench. They're exploring this Marianas Trench here more now. Let me see. Marianas Trench. Crescent-shaped and measures about 2,550 kilometers or 1,580 miles in length and 69 kilometers in width. Let's see here. So some interesting facts about the Marianas Trench. It's deeper than the tallest mountain. So that's crazy. It's deeper than Mount Everest, you know what I mean? Deeper than how Mount Everest is high, right? It's believed that many ancient and unseen living creatures are still inside. Let's see. Now we got to get the Challenger Deep. That's the deepest part. It's called the Challenger Deep. Now let's see if we can get some really good facts. I know they were, 6 incredible facts about the Challenger Deep, the deepest point on Earth. Now, I'll put a picture of that, what they found, up here on the screen for you guys to see. For anybody that's listening on Spotify, It basically looks like a bunch of smoke or whatever coming out of the ocean floor. So it says tall hydrothermal vents spill out black chemical bacteria in the depths of the Marianas Trench in the Pacific Ocean, as seen during a 2016 exploration. So there's the picture right there that I'll put up there for you guys. Check that out. So let's see. Just as Earth's land surface has enormous peaks and valleys, the oceanic world has similarly varied topography. So perhaps the most intriguing of these features is the Mariana Trench. Let's see. A chism that in Western Pacific Ocean that spans more than 1,580 miles, 40 kilometers, and is home to the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth's surface that plunges more than 36,000 feet, about 11,000 meters underwater. Like, that is deep, you guys. What could be under there? That is what we all want to find out. I know they've sent robots down there, whatever you want to call them underwater unmanned submarines. Let's see, that's nearly 3 times deeper than the site where the wreckage of the RMS Titanic lies. 3 times deeper than where the Titanic is. Wow. In the Atlantic Ocean. And it's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. All right, so here are some fascinating facts about the deep sea phenomenon.
Difficulties, guys. Technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on here.
James Cameron is
I'll be right back.
I'll
be right back. I'm into the wrong OBS.
Human expeditions.
Shit, my bad, guys.
Have ventured to the Challenger Deep.
I'll be right back, okay?
The first came in
There. This is how I wanted it. I hope this is good now. Hope this is right now. We're gonna have to restart that video though, because that won't make any sense to anybody watching now. Let me just double check to see if it's coming through the OBS properly this time, you guys. Welcome into the Random Thoughts Indoors live podcast. I just had a little bit of technical difficulties there, folks, so let's see if we're back. Let's see if we're back in action here, guys. Hopefully, thumbs up if we are. Double tap that screen if we're back in action on the vertical here. Yeah, there we go. We're on the vertical live feed now, right? We should be. What is going on with this today? I'm having some technical difficulties here, folks. I don't know what is going on. Oh, we're good. We're good. It figured it out. It figured it out. Are we vertical now? Are we into the vertical live now? Is it good now, guys? I think so, huh? Yeah, I think we're good now. Holy cow, that was weird. Okay, just give me a few minutes, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to throw a video on here for you guys to watch while I'm away. I'll be 2 minutes.
All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Random Thoughts Indoors podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 9th. First thing in the morning, got my coffee, got my Tim's going here. Got to get your coffee in the morning, guys. Got to get your coffee in the morning. Today we got some pretty funny topics to talk about. We're going to talk about the ocean a little bit today. We're also going to talk about the Bay of Fundy. Some funny facts about the Bay of Fundy. Some weird facts, I should say, about the Bay of Fundy. Like, did you guys know that the Bay of Fundy's mood swings? It literally goes, it has the highest tides in the world, over 50 feet in the difference. So that is pretty cool, you guys, the Bay of Fundy. I don't know if any of you guys know about this or not, but let's check it out here. Bay of Fundy. Yeah, like the tides are crazy. The Bay of Fundy is an ocean bay located between Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Maine in Canada, famous for experiencing the highest tides in the world, which can rise and fall over 16 meters or 53 feet. The key attractions include Hopewell Rocks in New Brunswick and Fundy National Park in New Brunswick. offering visitors unique experiences like exploring the exposed ocean floor at low tide, hiking Acadian forest trails, witnessing the tidal bore, and even dining on the ocean floor at Burncoat Head Park. The bay also boasts a rich fossil record, which is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, making it a significant geological and natural wonder. So that's pretty crazy, you guys. 53 feet is what the tide does when it comes in and out. It comes in 53 feet up. That's like crazy to think. That's really high tide, guys, really high tide. So that's one fact we got for you guys. There's a few facts in there actually. So yeah. Let's see what else we could talk about here today. The ocean is really vast and there's so much of it that hasn't been explored. It's very fascinating. Let's see what's going on around the ocean today. Recent ocean news highlights include record-breaking global ocean temperatures, which are affecting marine life and leading to widespread Great Barrier Reef bleaching, alongside new discoveries like previously unknown ecosystems beneath the seafloor and footage of baby colossal squid. Other updates include the first ever topping of wild catches by farmed fish, studies on the effects of lost fishing gear, and finding that ocean acidification weakens shark teeth. So the acidity level in the ocean weakens the shark's teeth. That is crazy. So let's see, record high temperatures. Global ocean temperature hit a record high in February, with the average sea surface temperature reaching 21.06 degrees Celsius, or 69.91 degrees Fahrenheit. Holy cow, that is warm, you guys. Lord Thunder, and that's warm. Lord Thunder, and that's warm. That is crazy. Marine ecosystems impacts. These record temperatures are causing significant changes in marine ecosystems, particularly in Atlantic, that's us here, leading to increased shark sightings and other impacts not yet fully understood. Yes, guys, there was a whale tour that was going out here down in the Bay of Fundy, actually, and they seen a dead whale and a great white shark just eating at the whale, just gnawing on it, eating it. She said, I think she was doing it 30 years or something like that, and she has never seen anything like that. That was the first time ever. So we are definitely getting more sharks in the Atlantic here close to Nova Scotia. So that is crazy. There's been a paddle boarder that was attacked in Nova Scotia on his paddleboard by a great white shark. He got away, luckily, by beating the shark with his paddle. So that got him away from there. Let's see. Oh yeah, the ocean acidification. A new study found that the acidic ocean waters weaken shark teeth, making them more prone to breaking, with human carbon dioxide emissions being the primary cause. Ooh. So let me see if I can find that article about the great white shark. See if I can pull that up right quick, you guys. So it says here, guests abroad, a Nova Scotia whale watching tour boat got to see more than they probably anticipated when they witnessed a great white shark eating a floating whale carcass. The great white was spotted last Tuesday in the Bay of Fundy and about 2 miles offshore from Freeport, Nova Scotia. So there you go, guys. And I think there may be a little video on YouTube, I'm not sure. But anyway, needless to say, that's a true fact that happened in the Bay of Fundy. Great white shark spotted eating a whale carcass. So that's crazy, you guys. That's crazy to think. But like I said, the ocean is very, very vast and very quickly warming up too. So that's, I guess the whole global warming and stuff like that plays a role in all this. The ocean temperatures, I did notice myself just swimming this summer, how the ocean temperatures are a lot higher than they normally were. Because I remember being a kid and you would literally, you'd feel numb going into the ocean. You'd be frozen. It'd be so cold, water so cold, right? Here in Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island to be exact. Let's see now. Fisheries and conservation. Farmed fish outpace wild catches. Well, we knew that probably. For the first time, the global volume of aquatic animals harvested by farming has surpassed the amount fished in the wild, according to the UN. So there are more farmed fish than there are more farmed fish than there are in the wild, which is pretty crazy. Lost fishing gear study. A new study examined the economic and environmental effects of lost fishing gear in the rich fishing grounds off southwestern Nova Scotia. So yeah, a lot of fishing gear does get lost. It washes up to shore. We see that even in my vlogs when I do my beach hikes and my beach combing and stuff. We always find fishing gear washed up. So that's pretty cool, you guys. That's pretty cool. It's not great for the ecosystem, though. It's not great for the ocean, and the the environmental effects it has is not good. Not good. Let's see. Other noteworthy news. Antarctic seafloor secrets. Researchers are using environmental DNA analysis on seafloor samples to uncover secrets hidden in the Antarctic Ocean. That's interesting. Oceanography and technology. The field of ocean science and technology is seeing advancements, with news on new underwater imaging technology and partnerships to advance offshore wind energy innovations. So let's touch that topic right quick for a second here. The new underwater imaging technology that they have, let me pull this up here. They did find uncharted shipwreck out off of Cape Breton Island here. So let me see if I can find that. So it says here, a recent shipwreck discovery near Cape Breton's Sydney Bight by the Canadian Hydrographic Service in May of 2025, so May of this year, has revealed a previously uncharted, intact vessel. Using sonar technology, the service found the roughly 46-meter-long ship in approximately 60 meters of water. So it's pretty deep down there, 60 meters of water. Though its origin and cargo are currently unknown, this finding is part of the ongoing efforts by the Fisheries and Oceans Canada to map Canadian waters and provide a new site for historical study and potential exploration by maritime heritage experts. So let's see details of the discovery. The WHO, the Canadian Hydrographic Service, CHS, part of Fisheries and Oceans Canada. What? An uncharted shipwreck described as appearing largely intact. It was found in the Sydney Bight, an area northeast of Cape Breton. And that was discovered in May 2025. And how they discovered it was using sonar technology used for nautical charting, detected the vessel's hull and superstructure. So that's pretty cool, guys. They found a new shipwreck out there that they never knew about. So I guess that was probably something from the war, I'm going to assume. World War I, World War II, something like that. Probably hauling cargo, maybe for one of the steel plants or, something like that. Things like that, But that is pretty cool, guys. That is pretty cool. Another cool thing that I want to talk about here. Now, the Marianas Trench. Yeah, the Marianas Trench. They're exploring this Marianas Trench here more now. Let me see. Marianas Trench. Crescent-shaped and measures about 2,550 kilometers or 1,580 miles in length and 69 kilometers in width. Let's see here. So some interesting facts about the Marianas Trench. It's deeper than the tallest mountain. So that's crazy. It's deeper than Mount Everest, you know what I mean? Deeper than how Mount Everest is high, right? It's believed that many ancient and unseen living creatures are still inside. Let's see. Now we got to get the Challenger Deep. That's the deepest part. It's called the Challenger Deep. Now let's see if we can get some really good facts. I know they were, oh wow, 6 incredible facts about the Challenger Deep, the deepest point on Earth. Now I'll put a picture of that, what they found, up here on the screen for you guys to see. For anybody that's listening on Spotify, it basically looks like a bunch of smoke or whatever coming out of the ocean floor. So it says tall hydrothermal vents spill out black chemical bacteria in the depths of the Marianas Trench in the Pacific Ocean, as seen during a 2016 exploration. So there's the picture right there that I'll put up there for you guys. Check that out. So let's see. Just as Earth's land surface has enormous peaks and valleys, the oceanic world has similarly varied topography. So perhaps the most intriguing of these features is the Mariana Trench. Let's see. A chasm in Western Pacific Ocean that spans more than 1,580 miles, 40 kilometers, and is home to the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth's surface that plunges more than 36,000 feet, about 11,000 meters underwater. Like, that is deep, you guys. What could be under there? That is what we all want to find out. I know they've sent robots down there, whatever you want to call them underwater unmanned submarines. Let's see, that's nearly 3 times deeper than the site where the wreckage of the RMS Titanic lies. 3 times deeper than where the Titanic is. Wow. In the Atlantic Ocean. And it's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. All right, so here are some fascinating facts about the deep sea phenomenon. So Titanic director James Cameron is one of the few people who have visited. For human expeditions have ventured to the Challenger Deep. The first came in 1960 with a historic dive of the Christie Bathyssy. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. A type of free diving submersible. During the dive, passengers said they were stunned to see living creatures where scientists once imagined it was impossible for anything to survive. So yeah, scientists thought nothing could survive down that deep because it was so cold and no light for photosynthesis, right? So right away, all of our preconceptions about the ocean were blown out the window, Dr. Gene Feldman said. Okay. Let's see. A plastic bag was found in the trench. Another explorer who returned to the site was Victor Vescovo, a Texas investor who journeyed 35,853 feet, 10,927 meters down and claimed a world record in 2019. Vescovo gave depressing insight into humankind's impact on the seemingly untouchable remote locations when he observed a plastic bag and candy wrappers at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. A handful of explorers have trekked to the Challenger Deep since then, but the expeditions are not common and the journey is extremely dangerous. Wow. So they found garbage at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. That's nice. That's wonderful. You guys, please don't litter, reduce, reuse, recycle. You guys know how it is. Pack in, pack out, right? You know, let's see. Number 3, it lies in the Hadal Zone, named for the god of the underworld, Hadal. Much like the Earth's atmosphere, the ocean can be described in terms of layers. The uppermost portion is called the epipelagic zone, or the sunlight zone, and extends just 660 feet, 200 meters below the water's surface. So the epipelagic zone, that's where the 660 feet down, and there's still a little bit of sunlight there. The mesopelagic zone, or so-called twilight zone, stretches from the end of the sunlight zone to about 3,300 feet, or 1,000 meters down. Wow. That's crazy to think how deep that the ocean is. It's quite an abyss. That's why they call it the abyssal plains. So then there's the bathypelagic zone, also called the midnight zone. And beneath that, the abyssopelagic zone, as in abyssal zone that extends from 13,100 feet, or 4,000 meters, to 19,700 feet, or 6,000 meters. That's nearly 4 miles underwater. Within the abyssal zone, few life forms can survive. The water is completely devoid of light and temperatures are near freezing. But the Challenger Deep lies even further in the Hedopelagic zone or the Hadal zone. It's named for Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, thought to rule over the dead. So it's home to unique aquatic life and mud volcanoes. There's lots of mud volcanoes and aquatic life down there. The Hadal zone is one of the least explored habitats on Earth. So that's pretty interesting, guys. At bone-crushing depths with no sunlight, it was long thought that nothing could survive there. But that belief has been dispelled. Even at the very bottom, life exists. In 2005, tiny single-celled organisms called foraminifera, a type of plankton, were discovered in the Challenger Deep, according to the NOAA. So don't quote me on this pronunciation. Foraminifera, I think that's what it's called. I'll put that up here, foraminifera, so you guys can look at that and see why I'm struggling with the pronunciation. So discoveries at the Challenger Deep have included colorful rocky outcrops and bottom-dwelling sea cucumbers. So there you go. The Marianas Trench was designated as a U.S. National Monument in 2009. So that's pretty cool. The Marianas Trench Marine National Monument was established in 2009 in part to protect the rare organisms that thrive within its depths. So yeah, you got to protect them organisms, guys. They're, I mean, they've been here a lot longer than we have. So, all right, guys. So there's some ocean facts that we talked about today. I always think the ocean's interesting and fascinating, and it's so vast, like I said, and there's so much that is unexplored, and there's so much unknown in the ocean. It's just, I mean, and then you could talk about space and how that is so unknown and so vast. And see, there's just so much we can talk about on these podcasts, guys. So, I mean, like, let's see, let's randomize this. Let's get some more random thoughts going here, and let's get some more random facts going. So you guys, let's see what randomness we can come up with right now. Oh, here's a good one. Florida man tries to rob store with alligator. A guy literally walked into a store holding a live gator and threatened people. So that apparently happened in Florida. So that is crazy, robbing a store with an alligator. I think he went in for some beer or something, and he had the alligator with him, and they, I think it was a misunderstanding type thing. I'm not too sure. There's another funny one here. A Florida man drives lawnmower. Yeah, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the vlog. We're just here at Talon Lake. I'm gonna have a little bit of a picnic here. Kids are out there swimming and playing. So we're gonna try to get you a little bit of a family vlog this weekend. Probably gonna do some fishing, some picnicking, you know what I mean? So definitely stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next scene, guys. Anyway, all the kids playing in the water. They loves the beach. Well, we got the picnic table set up. Having a bit of a picnic. Right, Paisley? Having fun? Where's brother? Where's Lenny? Oh, he's sitting in the chair, is he? I didn't even see you there, Lenny.
He's got the towel
The picnic going on here, guys. We got the potatoes with peppers, onions, and everything in there. It's gonna be excellent, guys. It's gonna be excellent.
Paisley, I'm telling you, if you take the two of them in, one of them's gonna float away.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next scene.
Yeah.
Beautiful lake here. Beautiful lake. This is stock lake too. Brook trout. There's lots of fishies in there, eh, Len?
Yeah, they put
Lots
fishies
of
in
fish.
this lake. Like they actually stock this lake, Len.
Yeah, there's lots of fish. If you look
You
under
might
with your
also
goggles,
see
you're gonna see some speckled trout and minnows and everything. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, that's just a dragonfly.
It's a dragonfly.
Don't worry about him. That won't hurt you. That won't hurt you. Pee-wee! Gonna take the other one? All right. All right, let's see. The wife's trying to catch a minnow here. Let's see. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. There's all kinds right here, look. Bunch of them right here. This will be the wife's first time ever catching a minnow if she gets one. So you're gonna have to put it in the water and try to scare them over towards it type thing. Instead of swooping down like that, you'll never get them like that. They're quick. You're probably gonna have to go in the water, honestly. See now, like what I mean is if you go over here with the net and I scare them over towards you, they'll probably swim right into the net.
But I have to walk over here quietly.
See what I mean? Now, if you can get over here,
I gotta watch for fishes too.
they should be fine because it's sand, right? There's a ton of them here.
Where do you need me to go?
Right there where that inlet is, right there.
There with the runner.
Yeah. 1 second, Pee-wee. You give me 1 sec. We're trying to catch a minnow. Just 1 sec. The minnows. Yeah. Look. Yeah, just 1 sec, Paisley. I will in a sec. They know you're there. They're going up this way now. Yeah, they're scaring them.
Not gonna catch anything.
Look, guys, we got some. We got some minnows. Some minnows. Now that would be good bait for tonight for me to go fishing. Don't hurt your face. She's scared of them.
Hey,
We
what
got
am I
some
gonna do
minnows.
with these? Cause I gotta get more.
Yeah, get some. We need the bucket that's up in the Jeep and water, and you put them in the bucket with some water.
Paisley.
They won't hurt you, Bays. They're only minnows. They're only minnows. They won't hurt you. That's a minnows, Len. All right, we're on the minnow hunt here, guys. We're on the minnow hunt. Wifey's gonna try to get some minnows. Well, then I'll have some minnows for fishing later tonight. That'll be sick. We'll actually have some live bait finally. I got the bucket here. We'll put some water in it. We'll bring them home. I'll go fishing tonight. It'll be sick. Let's see. You having any luck? Do you want to go back over there and try with that little
Way more over this way.
with that little inlet there? I'll scare them towards you. Let's see if we can scare them towards you. No, you stay out there, Pee-wee.
Yeah, got some.
Got some? Nice.
4, but still better than
Oh, there's a
none.
bunch. There, it's good. That's good. That's a
I
good
gotta
start.
dump them in the bucket.
That's a good start. We're getting some minnows. This is the best way to get bait right here. Because I'm the master at baiting.
I like these minnows.
Yeah, don't make sure you leave them in the bucket
Leave
though,
them in
Lynn.
the bucket though. Daddy's gonna use them for fishing.
They're gonna be bait for fishing later.
One, two.
Nice. You're getting them. You're the minnow catcher now. You're gonna be the minnow catcher.
Minnow catch.
Yeah. There's some more minnows.
Alright, clean out my little.
We're getting some fishies. We're getting some fishies. Yeah. Let's see if we can get some more. Oh, they're all up in this inlet here. Oh, you got a couple here. Fisher hunters, he's saying. Nice.
High five, little fishies. High five. I'm going on fish. Oh, let's go back.
Hold on. No, you're gonna throw them all away before I even get a chance to put the net go on. Got more.
Get some more? Let's see your catch. Ooh, couple good ones. Yeah, we definitely got some minnows now for some fishing. Heck yeah, there's some good bait, guys. Oh, there you go. Catch of the day. The catch of the day. 4 frog. That would be good if I was going to go bass fishing later.
Do I let them?
Last week, there's 2 girls in a kayak. It was just a big snake.
Oh, all right. Nice little barbecue we got on the go here. Heck yeah. Steaks and hot dogs and potatoes. Paisley out there trying to catch a minnow. Lenny trying to warm up. Let's go, guys. Starving. I can't wait to eat these steaks. Nothing better than steaks on the barbecue with the charcoal. There's nothing better than that, honestly.
Hey, your daughter's out there trying to catch you a fish, Steve.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch me a trout. Go get me a trout, Paige. Thank you. Oh, we're too loud? Okay. Okay, I'll be quiet so you can catch the fish. Okay.
You need to be quiet so I can get it for you.
Holy guys. Hope you guys enjoy this family weekend vlog that we got for y'all. I might even get fishing. This evening. And we're back at Picnic Park, day 2, you guys. Saturday here. Hoping to get a vlog out for you guys come Monday, so hopefully I can get that all edited. But I grew up and get the floaties for little kids here, so they can go out in the water there. So yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, you guys, you already know what I'm doing. I'm back at the same beach I was yesterday where I lost my wedding band. So I'm just gonna comb the area a little bit, see if I can see it anywhere. I know the likelihood of finding it is very slim, but you never know, guys, you never know. Only one way to find out. Go take a look. But yeah, I was in a couple different lives. You guys were wishing me the best of luck to find it, so heck, we're here. We're gonna try. Look around, see if I can see it anywhere, you guys. Really sucks I lost my wedding band, but Chaos Goat mentioned he has silicone ones because he works in the trades and that, right? So I ordered
What's
some
going on,
silicone
guys? What's
ones,
going on? Now you can hear me. Now you
so
can hear me.
We're gonna hope that we...
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we're just reminiscing on the old summertime vibes here on this video, guys. Honestly. Yeah, today, temperatures here today. Yeah, 41 degrees. It's 5 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Yeah, we're just reminiscing. We got the old, this is a vlog from the summertime here on. I was just making myself a coffee. Figured I'd get the live stream started that way, you know what I mean? and now we're gonna go and basically just react to some random videos here today, folks. So let's go check out some random videos. If you guys got any suggestions, drop it in the comments below. I guess Mudbank had short there. Let's see if we can find your short there, Mudbank. Just bear with me for a second here, folks. You think it would pop up in my shorts here, but hey, we got some. Oh man, look at this. If that was here today, we'd be froze, and it'd be froze, bro. It'd be froze. And this is, we can just scroll some random shorts here. What does this even look like on the OBS? Still there. Alright. Let's see. Nope, next. 17 subs. I probably gained none today, bro. You're doing good then. Any ice fishing? Not yet, sir. Not yet. We got, well, it's not froze over yet. Maybe up north a little bit, but yeah, nothing froze over yet. Give it a few more weeks for sure. Depends how cold it gets too, you know what I mean? Depends how cold it gets, right? Oh, I can't even. Yeah, okay. Sorry, bro. Oh, here we go. Oh, Mario Kart 64. Wow, 1996. Now that brings it back right there, y'all. That is crazy. I don't want to do these. Oh yeah, we have lots of lakes to freeze here. Oh yeah, there's lots of ice fishing, going to be going down. And they get the do they get that? I think they ice fish for smelt here, and you still get the trout. You would still get the trout. That lake that I've been at too, Grand Lake there, I was wondering if I could ice fish that. I never seen anybody ice fishing there, but I mean, it's possible. I don't see why not. You'd have to get out to the middle, though. That's kind of sketchy for me. I'd be scared of that. Yo, I don't know what's going on the screen here. Yo, guys, don't worry about that. Uh-oh. Oh. AI, right? There you go. Well, a little blaster, you know. There we go, brother. Oh, my. Yeah. What is going on? There's a bit of unholy. Now going back to school, brother. Back to school. Oh, my. The PsyOps one. You guys see this yet? This one here is like a PsyOp or whatever. Crazy, they say. I don't know if I believe it. But whatever. Alright. Yo, we're gonna go check out some... morning news here. Just because. What is that? Watch Earth 4K. You can see the Earth in 4K. That's pretty sick. Just trying to see if there's any like major news updates. I know a lot has been going on. Oh my, what's this?
It looks like the debris was taken with it. Yeah, what the hell is that?
Oh my, I wonder what's happening here now.
Again, I'm not going to speculate what it is, but the question is, what you know, why are we being blocked from this information?
AI's getting wild nowadays. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it really is. Now,
James
you guys, I use AI to help me
with
with
government possession of NHI
my
craft
editing. I'm just
and how
me,
they
myself, and
ultimately
I
gained
for the
entry.
editing,
Can you
right? So it helps me a lot with
testify
the
to
editing, but
veracity of that
I'm trying
claim?
not to go overboard with the
Dr. McCaskey
AI
is
either,
an
guys,
honorable
because
man who served
I know
most
it's
of his
kind
career
of
with the
wild, right?
DIA,
But
a very trusted,
I don't know. I
high-level
find some of the
rocket
AI shorts
scientist
funny,
and intelligence analyst
and
who inspired
it can be
the
used
OSAP
for good if
program,
you
as I
use
said
it in the
earlier.
proper
And
ways
in,
to
you
kind
know,
of
in full
streamline your
disclosure,
editing
I've
and stuff like
co-written
that,
2
right?
books with
But
him.
mind
He
you, I
tried
use
this
the free
on
version of
myself
DaVinci
and
Resolve,
another
so I don't get any of the
book,
AI stuff
and it
there,
took
right?
14
But
months for us to get Doppler
it's good if you
approval
want to
for him
say, like,
release 2 sentences
you
on
have an
that. He
idea
said, "This
for
draft, we
a
had,
picture you want to put in your video or
managed to
something, you
get
can make an
inside of
AI
it.
image
It
like
had
that
no
right quick,
wings,
and it's
no
pretty cool
rotor,
in that
no
sense.
tail.
But
It had no fuel,
I'll
no
always
fuel tanks.
leave
It
it in
didn't know
my
how it
description
flew
or
or
whatever
how it
if
was
I use
operating.
AI,
It
right?
clearly
But
looked
it would
like it
only
was
be for little
aerodynamic,
things, right? Little
but,
pictures or
he
something like
would not
that,
go
you know?
further. He's a by-the-book guy, and until he gets clearance to
Not
say
bad
more
for
about
clipping and
that,
trimming. Yeah, I don't
think
want to
we're gonna hear much
I
more,
know
but
I posted a
it's
few
not ours.
completely
It wasn't
AI
ours. We
videos
didn't
on
make
there.
it.
They
We
got
didn't
lots of
know who
views,
made
some of
it
them,
and how it was
and
built and how
I
it
was just
operated.
trolling a
We've
lot
got
of the
at least
times,
one,
basically.
and I don't
So
know, I think
if you
that's
see any of them, it's probably
confirmation
just a
that
troll. Like the whole
we do
Whistle and
have
Diesel thing.
covered material.
And the
Be sure to
Bugatti
hop over, watch
durability
many of
test.
your,
He was supposed to do a
videos on
Bugatti
Jim
durability
Reading and
test
other
at the
places.
10 million
One
subscribers,
of the
right?
big questions
And he hasn't
I
yet.
think
So
many
everyone's
of
been
us
kind of
is
on him, and I just make them videos just, I don't know, just for fun, right? Just for laughs.
This issue.
Just for gags, right? You know?
I think there's probably multiple reasons at the start when these things first started.
We all
invading
seen what
our
happened to
skies
him
in
with,
large numbers. We were scared.
apparently the tax
Right after
evasion or
World War
something
II,
going on, eh?
and we didn't know what they were. And
I say
we
it's something to do with the
didn't panic
Kildos or
public.
whatever,
It was
too.
probably a good call.
You guys,
Over time,
yeah, I'm sure most people
the lie
know who Whistle and
became
Diesel is.
institutionalized, you know.
But yeah,
Flights
I just
over
make the
Washington,
AI
D.C.
shorts
in
and stuff just for
1952,
fun, right? Just
they're
for
seen,
laughs.
captured on radar. Jets are chased after.
What are they
these
talking
objects,
about
and
here
then
now?
the
They're talking about
information, it was a temperature inversion.
big UFO
Those kind of
secrets.
lies
See,
have been
I
told for
feel
a long
like
time. What was
I
told to
feel
me by
like
an investigator from Congress.
I feel like
guy
that
named
they're
Richard
trying to cover up what's really going on, right? Oh, look at this. You can see this. You can see all this here, but let's because there was like a bunch of like Epstein files and stuff released, so I figured we'd see a bunch on that here today. That's what I figured. Like, where's all the videos on that? They're covering it up, right? You know what I mean? They don't want it they don't want it out there, what's going on. But and I find a lot of these videos too. Oh my, what's this? One day ago, everything that's in the new Jeffrey Epstein files. Oh, Trump falls deeper into the Epstein scandal and not even MAGA can save him. Ooh, that was 3 hours ago. Okay, so maybe we'll go with the 3 hour ago one, and let's just see what they're saying here.
Just to be sure, they even asked the woman who compiled all of Jeffrey Epstein's birthday cards, and luckily she had 20 years of free time.
The message is compiled.
Whoa, what is this? The Daily Show? This is a joke. No, I want seriousness. Although that one might have been kind of funny, eh? Yeah, you know what? It might
They
have been
even
kind of
asked
funny.
the
Let's
woman who
yeah, why
compiled
not?
all of Jeffrey Epstein's birthday
Not
cards,
that any of this
and
is really
luckily
funny.
She had 20
involved,
years
but
of
you know
free
what I'm saying.
time.
Let's just see what they're doing
Messages
here. I don't even know what
compiled
this is,
by Epstein's
guys.
accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, currently serving a 20-year federal prison sentence for sex trafficking. In
That's
a recent
right.
interview, she told Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, the president's former lawyer, that she could not remember if Trump contributed a message to the book.
Well, that sure is lucky for Trump, you know.
Yeah.
He sent his deputy attorney general to privately talk with Ghislaine Maxwell while she's in a federal prison system he controls, and she doesn't remember anything incriminating about him. Surprising.
What? How could she not remember? But that's
What a nice
wild.
thing for her
Okay,
to say
okay.
About the president without receiving anything in return, right?
This is what I said from the beginning, guys. I said Trump would be involved with them Epstein files for financial stuff, right? Not the stuff that everybody thinks he's involved with. That's my personal opinion. I have no friggin' idea. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know nothing, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You could have at least waited a week before you sent her to the prison with the fence you can just slide under. Look at this sign. What the kind of prison has a sign like that?
No, I'm going to go with the other one because I feel like it's going to be more serious. That was
Jeffrey Epstein is back in the news. The United States government released over 23,000 documents.
I don't want to be making mockery of this stuff, guys. And there's no joking about this stuff, you know?
Court depositions. I looked through all of them, and these are the 25 most interesting things that I found.
25 most interesting things.
The first is that Jeffrey Epstein and the people around him frequently alluded to having some kind of dirt on President Donald Trump. The emails span from before he first became
sure it was
president to 2019 when Jeffrey Epstein died.
Stuff.
This document from 2011 is an email from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. You can see her name right there, G Max. And Jeffrey Epstein says, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Virginia, meaning Virginia Roberts, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. The police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. Now, I'm not quite sure what he means by I'm 75% there, but Ghislaine Maxwell responds, I've been thinking about that, ... In this email from Mark Epstein, who's Jeffrey Epstein's
This is wild that they would be sending all these emails like this, right?
About being possibly pre-diabetic, and then he asks, what is your boy Donald up to now? Jeffrey responds, all good. Bannon with me, meaning Steve Bannon, one of the former advisors to Donald Trump. And Mark Epstein says, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump and Bubba, alluding to some sort of illicit encounter. On top of that, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but Jeffrey Epstein strikes up a sort of friendship with Landon Thomas Jr., who at the time was a reporter for the New York Times, reporting on business and markets. And Jeffrey Epstein offers him photos of Donald Trump. He says, quote, would you like photos of Donald and girls in bikinis in my kitchen? It's unclear if those photos were actually sent. Obviously, they weren't included in
What do you guys think about all that? That is just wild.
But Landon Thomas does respond in a manner that suggests to me at least that he expected that those photos would be coming. On October 13th, 2016, Mark Epstein sends Jeffrey Epstein another email containing a full-sized image of Donald Trump that says, would you trust this man with your daughter? And finally, there's Michael Wolff, who is a New York journalist. He's written a lot of books on Donald Trump, generally from a negative standpoint.
Michael Wolff,
as we'll get into later,
We've
he
seen
was
this
quite
before.
cozy with Jeffrey Epstein, had an extensive
We've
friendship
seen him
over
involved
many
before
years
here.
and exchanged many emails. In this one, he strongly urges Jeffrey Epstein to come out with information about Donald Trump a week before the 2016 election. Now, reading through these emails, it's really not clear to me that Jeffrey Epstein had information on Donald Trump. They certainly hinted to it. However, Jeffrey Epstein tended to exaggerate aspects of his life and be sort of deceptive about the people that he knew in order to angle for information and connections to new people. So I'm not sure how much stock I would put in that. That might also explain the next point, which is that Jeffrey Epstein seems partly to have hated Trump, which has been covered extensively in the news.
See, this is why I was saying that it's probably a financial thing he was involved with Epstein, right? And that financial thing that's going to come back will be like, I think it's going to be some kind of a tax thing, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me here anyway, folks. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff here so far.
Jeffrey Epstein obviously was no social conservative. However, he did donate to multiple prominent Republicans and Democrats.
Of course he did. He tried to keep him on their side.
See him playing both sides. On one hand,
that's how you do it.
Texting Steve Bannon about, wanting to support Donald Trump. And on the other hand, he'll be conversing with high-powered New York City lawyers talking about how bad Donald Trump is. So in honesty, I think it's more likely that Jeffrey Epstein kind of existed outside of politics and didn't quite care so much what happened on the day-to-day, as long as his...
Clearly, he just wanted to make some cash money off the dash money, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much it. All right. 23 hours ago, Elon exposes Trump's nightmares, Epstein bombshell. Oh my God, what now?
Just when we thought that they were buddies again, Elon Musk is dropping a bombshell on Donald Trump and
like, what is all this?
Exposing something he has been hiding, not just through this. Before
okay, get to it.
Quickly ask you to leave a like this morning.
Like, comment, subscribe. We know how it is.
Because there's so much happening, and I know you're such a big supporter of Ukraine. There are 3 prominent U.S. senators who have gone on the record now, including Republican Mike Rounds, who said yesterday Secretary of State Rubio told them he was unaware of a threat to cut off U.S. support to Ukraine if they don't accept this proposed plan that's on the table. Here is how Senator Rounds described it.
What he told us was that this was not the American proposal. This was a proposal which was received by someone who has identified and they believe to be representing Russia in this proposal. It was given to Mr. Witkoff.
So since those remarks were made and backed up by multiple senators, I've received phone calls from senior White House officials, from senior U.S. officials saying, no, that's not at all what Secretary Rubio said. What version of events do we believe here in terms of what America is putting forward?
Margaret, they've got to clear this up. You have Rubio's talking to my Senate colleagues saying one thing, the spokesperson for the State Department saying another. Your conversations with the White House contradict what the Secretary of State and, by the way, the National Security Advisor, same guy, has said about this. They've got to figure this out and get the message out and explain to the American people what's going on. I will say this, that plan, that's Putin's plan. That is a very good deal for Russia.
Very good deal for what? We don't even know anymore, guys. We don't even know. Donald J. Trump says, the war between Russia and Ukraine is a violent and terrible one. That, with strong and proper U.S. and Ukrainian leadership, would have never happened. It begun long before I took office for a second term during the sleepy Joe Biden administration and has only gotten worse. I listen to this stuff, eh? There's just wild stuff here, guys.
Beautiful floors, the most beautiful lights and chandeliers. I think most of you, Brian, you've seen that, right? How beautiful is that? And I take care of it. So I spend millions of dollars on this building, taking care of it. It was not properly maintained. And now it's starting to gleam like it should. It should really gleam, and you should go down and visit the Presidential Walk of Fame. Have you seen it? It's quite good. I'm sure that a lot of people coming to the White House, it's hot. It's very hot, but it's really a tribute to the presidents, past presidents of our country. Yeah, please.
Mr. President.
Yeah, behind you, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So on Monday, a question for you as well as Secretary Noem. On Monday, Mayor Karen Bass of LA and Representative Robert Garcia, they held a press conference and they called for an investigation into DHS, accusing them of unlawfully arresting U.S. citizens and racially profiling and only arresting people because, in Robert Garcia's words, they look like me. He's a Hispanic individual. Do you have a response to that?
Are you asking me that question?
You as well as Secretary Noem.
They are arresting bad criminals, and they're really good at it, too. I look at the numbers, they always like to say that, oh, you're arresting this and that. Then when you check it, you find out, geez, almost every single time. And, obviously every once in a while they may get one wrong, but they always correct it. They're able to correct it. But they are arresting really bad people. They're arresting people that kill, people that would cut your throat and not even care about it. These are brave people, and it's very dangerous. And if they go even a little bit too far, they get into trouble, which is a shame. I protect them, but they get into trouble. But they're arresting very serious criminals, and they're getting them out of here. Okay, one or two more. Doug, do you have a question? I'd love to have Doug have a question, our great photographer, because he's such a great guy, and he might be the most talented person over there. I don't know. Go ahead. Let's hear your question. This guy's a real beauty.
strategy. Hearing you talk about it as a war, hearing Secretary Hegseth talk about defeating and destroying and the comparisons to ISIS and Al-Qaeda, those efforts took American troops being engaged in foreign countries. Do you think that's ultimately where this is headed with the cartels, having American troops in countries like Venezuela?
The cartels are very bad. They have a lot of bad people coming in. They were interviewed recently, and they were asking people what their problem was, and one guy said, "Yes, I'm up for murder." Didn't know what he was saying, obviously. I'm sure his lawyer was not thrilled with the statement, but no, they're rough people coming into those cartels. Those cartels are rough. You look at what happens, the trip up is horrible, especially for women. They're being killed, they're being raped at levels that nobody thought even possible. In my opening speech, I mentioned that, but in a very light way. I mentioned the word rape. Then I found out that you take a look at what happens in those cartels. It's horrible what's going on. And we're doing the world a big service by just telling them, you don't have too many cartels now, because they know when they get up here, they're going to be stopped. Under Biden, they were just flowing into the country. It didn't matter what you were, where you came from, what you looked like, what your record. They didn't check records. Millions of people came into this country that should not be in our country right now. We've gotten a lot of them out. It's the single biggest problem that we were given. Inflation, I've already taken care of. Economically, the country is the strongest it's ever been. Thank God for tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we'd be a third world nation. But thank God for tariffs. We're the richest nation in the world now because of tariffs. And we're able to economically protect ourselves, and we're able to really protect ourselves from a national security, situation. But we have cartels that, somebody came up with the word cartel. I won't tell you who that person was, but you got a lot of bad people in the cartels. And you could look at a country like Mexico, and I really respect the president. I really respect a lot of the people, but a lot of the leadership, but they are in fear in their own country because those cartels are running those countries, okay? And that includes Colombia. Colombia is a drug den. It's a drug den, and it has been for a long time. You got a lousy leader over there right now, bad guy, a thug, but they make cocaine at levels that we've never seen before, and they sell it back into this, and they're not going to get away with it much longer. We're not going to put up with it much longer. Colombia is very bad. Mexico is run by the cartels. I have great respect for the president, a woman that I think is a tremendous woman. She's a very brave woman. But Mexico is run by the cartels, and we have to defend ourselves from that. Go ahead. Let's go with you. Go ahead. Let's listen to this beauty.
Shut down by the time you return from your trip to Asia?
Do I expect to have it resolved by the time I return? I don't know. I said long ago, we shouldn't have been in this problem. This was September 28th. It came due in Biden's regime, and before the election, September 28th, and they pushed it off into the future. And I was running when they did that. And when you're running, but I did say, what the hell are they doing? That and debt ceiling. They also pushed the debt ceiling past the election date, so that would mean the next president has it. But I did say that I think the Democrats have gone totally crazy, and you don't know what they're going to do because they don't care about the people. They don't. I really think they have no leadership. They have a lot of very low IQ people. Jasmine Crockett is a low IQ person. A lot of them are. I don't want to insult too many of them, but a lot of them are. They have no rudder. I don't think they know what they're doing right now. They've never done this before. They always agreed to go and, called an extension. Let's do an extension and talk. Even today, look at what happened today. They don't want to pay the people that have worked. And, this was supposed to be this was a test. And they wouldn't pay the people that have been working. They said, no, we don't want to pay them. This is all the Democrats. Now, all we need is 5 Democrats. And I know a lot of Democrats that are saying they're more than 5. Probably not that many more than 5, but they're more than 5. And all we need is like 5 Democrat votes so we open our country again. Sad, though, we have the greatest economy in our history. We have the highest stock market. All these things are rocking. We will have by the end of my first year more than $20 trillion of investment. The all-time record is $3 $3 trillion. I think it's China. We're going to have $20 or $21 trillion. We've never had anything like it coming in because of tariffs. The money pouring into our country, the plants that are opening, AI, automobiles, everything. And the Democrats want to close our country. They're really, you know, they say deranged. They are. They suffer. I guess it's Trump derangement syndrome, which I think is going down now as an official condition by the doctors. I think they get paid extra money if they handle it because it's more difficult to handle than a normal mental disease. But you know what? They really should approve an extension, get the country back to work, get the people paid. And, you know, it's very simple. You can't, you just don't know what's going on. There's something wrong with them. Yeah, it's sad, actually.
Have you raised the full $300 million needed to fund your ballroom? And how much specifically are you donating?
$300 million for the ballroom? What? Is that what they said?
All donor
No way.
money and money that we put up, we've raised. It's going to be. It's going to cost right in the neighborhood of $300 million. It's been expanded and
$300 million for a ballroom?
It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, I think.
Now, come on, guys, that's an expensive ballroom, huh?
How much am I donating? I won't be able to tell you until I finish, but I'll donate whatever's needed. I'll tell you that. Do I have a name for the? I won't get into that now. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Without their first full paychecks, federal workers.
By the way, a friend of mine, talking about donors, a friend of mine, a man that's great. I'm not going to use his name unless he lets me do it. Susie can tell you about this. But
crazy, you guys. Anyway.
He called us the other day and he said, I'd like to contribute any
Let's head over to my channel here. I want you guys to check out my new story times and see what you guys think of them. Got a playlist. You guys can check this out. RTO story time here. Welcome back to Brandon Fox Indoor Scary Story Time. Tonight we have a very scary story for you guys. It was just posted about 20 hours ago on the r/no-sleep subreddit on Reddit. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go swing over there and check that out. Also, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you guys are new here. And if you guys are new here, we do lots of weekly scary stories. I try to post as many as I can weekly. There's always content being uploaded daily on the Random Thoughts Outdoors YouTube channel, whether it be vlog-style videos or scary stories like this. Today's scary story, titled "My Husband Whispered Through the Baby Monitor, Someone's in the House." Now, I'll let you guys interpret that as you will, but like I said again, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Without further ado, you guys, let's get right into today's video. All right, you guys, grab your beverages, your snacks, get comfortable, and here we go. I'm gonna tell this like it's my story, but you guys know I found it here on Reddit under the r/no-sleep subreddit, and it's called "My Husband Whispered Through the Baby Monitor, Someone's in the House." This should be a good one, you guys, so grab your snacks, grab your beverages, get comfortable, and all right, without further ado, let's get right into the scary story. My eyes snapped open. Darkness. Quiet. Did I dream that? I reached for Michael. The sheets were cold. "April," he whispered again. "Somewhere off to my right. Someone's in the house. You need to leave. Wait." He was whispering through the baby monitor from the baby's room. Oh God. Someone was in the house, and I was alone. My panic spiked. I threw off the covers, ready to spring out of bed when the bedroom door squeaked open behind me. I pulled the covers back up, pressed my head into the pillows. Heavy footsteps neared the bed. Then the covers lifted, and cool air brushed the bare skin on my legs. The mattress dipped under someone's weight,
Then the intruder crawled under the blanket. A warm body pressed against my back, and hot breath tickled my neck. I trembled. An arm slid around my chest and locked me in, holding me from behind. On the bedside table, the baby's crying crackled through the monitor. Fingers slid through my hair, and the intruder's lips brushed my neck. A deep voice whispered, "Wake up, April. It's your turn." I screamed and threw myself off the bed, slamming against the wall. The bed sheets crinkled as the intruder crawled across the bed toward me. The bedside lamp clicked on. My husband's face stared down from the edge of the bed. "April, oh my God, are you hurt?" Unbelievably, he scared the hell out of me. "Am I hurt?" I said. "Yes, I'm hurt. How could you do that to me?" "I was just saying, it's your turn to check on the baby." "What are you talking about?" The baby monitors crackled. "April," the voice said, "I'm taking Holly out of the house. Get to safety." We both stared at each other, horrified. Michael swung his legs off the bed, but I hit the floor first. I reached under the bed for the gun box. His feet scuffed around to the side of the bed. My hand struck solid wood. I scooped out the box, snatched the pistol, and clicked the safety off. "Give me the gun," Michael said, reaching down. I slapped his hand away and stood. "No time. I got it. Just go. Go!" With a couple pushes, I got him running out of the bedroom. Michael slammed the nursery door open. Behind the baby's crib was an open window. The dark silhouette of a man stepped out of it with our baby in his arms. "I have a gun," I shouted. The man froze, one leg in, one leg out. My husband caught the man by his shirt and yanked him back inside. I flipped on the light and my heart dropped. This man was also my husband. Two identical men stood side by side, each staring at each other in equal confusion. Their mannerisms were identical. "April," one holding the baby, said, "Put the gun down." "No, you put the baby down." He blinked, then nodded. Gently, he eased the baby back into the bassinet. She scrunched her face up, let out a little scream. "Now walk over there," I said. "Both of you," I nudged my gun at the wall. They walked over, watching me with fear in their eyes. April, the one who just laid down the baby, said, "Look at me. We've spent our whole lives together. We made her," he said, eyeing my baby girl. "Come on, you know I'm your husband." "No," the other one said, taking a step closer. I aimed the gun at him, but he advanced and pushed his chest against my gun. "If someone was in the house, I would never ever leave without you. I would protect you no matter what. It's me, now give me the gun." I shook my head, blinking away tears. "April," he said, "if you really think I'm lying, go ahead, shoot. Because if you really can't tell the difference, if you really think I'd leave you, I've failed you as a husband. So go on." I felt the rise and fall of his chest, shift the gun with each breath. I couldn't do it. My heart told me it was him. He slid the gun from my fingers. "Thank you," he said, then turned, aimed, and shot the other one dead. We dug a hole in the backyard. Once it was deep enough, we dragged the clone's body in and covered it with dirt. The next day, I was in shock. I spent the entire afternoon inside the nursery with the baby in my arms. I didn't want to let her go, not even for a minute. Around dinner time, Michael peeked his head in and said I needed to eat. I said I wasn't hungry. He nodded, turning to leave, but hesitated, then approached us. He was looking down at the baby. He brushed his fingers through her hair, then let out a chuckle. "What's so funny?" I asked. "It's just our baby is the luckiest baby in the world." "Yeah, that's why." He lifted his eyes, mine. Basically, Haley was the best mom in the world. He traced a finger along my cheek, then walked out and clicked the door shut. My breath caught in my throat. My chest tightened. I set my baby back on her mattress so I wouldn't drop her. A mixture of dread and panic flooded my mind, all at once, because our baby's name isn't Haley. It's Holly. Now, what do you guys think about that story. A clone story, or is it a ghost story? What do you guys think? Drop it in the comments below. If you guys found that one interesting, you guys can go check it out yourself. r/no-sleep. It's a newer post. It's getting upvoted quite a bit right now as we speak. There's 874 upvotes. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, you guys, and have a wonderful night. Sweet dreams. Hey, you guys are awesome. Ready for pasta stories. That's what today's video is all about. If you guys like spooky and scary stories, then you're gonna love this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more. And all right, you guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. This one is called Blackout. And I'm gonna let you guys interpret what you think, but I don't wanna give any spoilers right away. So let's get right into the story, you guys. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today we have another epic one for you guys. Scary story. This one is a fictional story we're going to tell today, so it's going to be a little bit different than the true stories I found on Reddit. But definitely, guys, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop it in the comments below what kind of stories you'd like me to cover here. Drop it in the community tab as well. All right, this one's called Blackout. And let's get right into it, guys. Without further ado, let's get into the story. All right. Exterior, Milford, Maine, on the edge of town. Late afternoon, golden hour. A quiet street, dead ends at a thick pine woods. There one lone house sits back from the road, paint peeling, but windows spotless. A 10-year-old pickup is parked in the driveway. Arthur Huell, 45, walks up his gravel driveway carrying 2 paper grocery bags. Neat hair, neat flannel, neat jeans. Everything about him is deliberate except his eyes. They drift like he's listening to something no one else can hear. A neighbor on a ride-on mower waves. Hey, Art. Art lifts one hand a few inches, acknowledgement, not a greeting, and keeps walking. Now we're in the interior of Arthur's house, his kitchen. He sets the bags down, starts unloading. Every can turned label out, every box aligned to the shelf's edge. The silence is heavy. He pauses, stares at a can of peas, turns it 1 millimeter, then nods to himself. Now we're in his living room. One lamp, one chair. The TV's on low volume. Is playing. The news anchor's voice comes on. 3rd young woman reported missing in the county this year. Authorities are asking anyone with information. Arthur watches without blinking. No fear, no excitement, just observation. The landline rings. He lets it ring 4 times, then answers. Arthur, yeah. You're alive. That's something. Arthur says, yeah, I'm fine. Lisa's sister says, Mom's asking when you're coming home for Christmas. I told her you'd say I'm busy. You're saying it now, aren't you? Arthur says, yeah, I'm busy. One day you won't pick up at all, Art, then what? He hangs up without answering. He stands motionless for a long beat, then slowly turns the framed family photo on the side table face down. Fast forward a few hours. It's nighttime, raining hard. Arthur's truck moves slowly through the downpour, wipers on intermediate. Headlights catch a figure on the shoulder, thumbs out, soaked. A young woman, approximately 24 years old, hoodie, backpack, shivering. Arthur pulls over, window down 2 inches. Arthur, you'll catch your death out there.
Sarah, yeah, that's the current plan. Any chance you're headed towards Bangor? Arthur says, get in. Rain hammers the roof. Sarah wrings out her hair. I'm Sarah. Seriously, thank you. I thought I was going to be wolf food out there. Arthur says nothing. Sarah, you always this chatty with strangers you save, or am I special? Arthur's fingers tighten on the wheel. Yeah, kidding, God. Quiet guys make me nervous. Like, what are you thinking so hard about? Planning my murder, or just hating my voice? She laughs, loud, bright, alive. Arthur's jaw flexes. She continues. Hey, you okay? You're sweating. His pupils blow wide, breathing shallow. The radio static swells, distorts. Sarah's voice starts to echo, stretch, multiply. Hello, Earth to creepy guy. Arthur's vision tunnels. The world goes black. The door slams. A short scream. Body hitting the leaves. Grunts. Something's tearing. Silence except rain. Arthur blinks back to consciousness. He's on his knees in the mud, hands red to the wrist. Sarah lies 3 feet away, eyes open to the rain, throat open ear to ear. A buck knife, his, sticks out of the earth beside her. Arthur stares at her for a long moment. Arthur whispers, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. He stands, calm, methodically. He drags her deeper into the trees, feet first. No hesitation, like moving furniture. He retrieves a folding shovel from the truck bed, digs fast, practiced. 20 minutes later, the grave is filled, leaves scattered, footprints swept with a pine branch. He bags her backpack separately, wipes the knife on his sleeve, pockets it. Fast forward. It's 3 a.m., Arthur's bathroom. Arthur showers in near scalding water, scrubs under his nails with a brush until the water runs clear. He looks at himself in a fog mirror, wipes the streak. His reflection stares back, empty. It's done now. Coffee brews, 1 cup. He sits at the table, opens yesterday's newspaper to the crossword. His pen never hesitates. The landline rings again. He looks at it, lets it ring to voicemail. His sister Lisa on the machine. I'm coming up next week, and whether you like it or not, someone has to check you're still breathing. Click. Arthur fills in 17 down. Amnesia. He stares at the word a long time, then closes the newspaper neatly, stands, and walks to the window. Outside, the woods breathes. The trees wave back and forth. Arthur watches them like they're watching him back. He exhales, almost a sigh, almost relief. What you guys think about that crazy story? Drop it in the comments below. What you guys think Arthur's up to here? Amnesia? I don't know. No more memory? Well, let's see. Sounds like a serial killer on the loose type story. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Good night. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another exciting, scary story for you guys. Warning, check your back seat. I found this on the r/no sleep on Reddit, so you guys know it's going to be an epic, scary story. It was voted May 2023 winner for the scariest story of 2023. So you guys grab your snacks and let's go. Grab your beverages and let's get reading a scary story. All right, you guys. You know I'm going to read it like my story, but it's from r/no sleep. And the story's called Warning, Check Your Back Seat. All right, you guys. I wasn't worried about the message when it first popped up. It's one of those things they put in these days to make sure no one leaves a child in a hot car, I guess. I had never shown me that warning before, but I figured maybe a passenger had left a purse on the floor or something. There wasn't anything there, though. I looked under the seats and everything, even ran my hand along the back edge of the seat to see if there was a wallet or a phone stuck in the crack. I didn't think that sort of thing would set off the alarm, but the car was still fairly new, so I couldn't be sure. Regardless, nothing was there. I'd forgotten about it by the end of the next day, honestly, but when I pulled into my driveway and turned off the car, there it was again on my dashboard. I checked the back seat again, still nothing. I hadn't had any message from passengers looking for any lost items either. Maybe this was just a thing the car did, just a general warning to remind drivers to check the back seat every time they get out. If so, it felt counterproductive. If the warning was there every time, people were bound to start ignoring it. It would just become part of the background. Also, I was sure that the car hadn't been doing this for the first several months I'd had it. On the other hand, there was this sort of change they might have pushed through a software update. There could have been some new legislation, some lobbying group pushing to have this warning on permanently, like meaningless parental advisory stickers on music. I looked online last night, searching through car forums and news posts for any mention of this warning. I couldn't find any indication that it was supposed to be happening every time I turned the car off. In fact, it didn't seem to be showing up for anyone else. The problem was only in my car. Clearly, it was just a bad sensor. It was probably still under warranty, but in order to get it fixed, I'd still have to leave it at a dealership for a day. And the warranty wasn't going to pay my lost income for the day off. I told myself I could just ignore it. It was just a single line of text. I'd stop noticing it in no time. I was wrong. Every time I turned the car off, that message glared at me like a dire omen. I found myself obsessively checking the back seat every time I got out, even though I knew I'd find nothing. I vacuumed the car until not so much as a crumb remained in the back seat. I checked the seatbelt latches. Everything was perfect, but the warning still appeared. I tried ignoring it. I averted my eyes when I turned the car off, but I could feel it glowing from the deactivated dash, seeing the phantom words printed across the darkness of my eyelids. I walked away from the car without looking in the back, telling myself that it was a waste of time and there was nothing to find. I knew I was right, of course, but I found myself wide awake at 3 a.m, staring at the ceiling thinking, what if? I ended up kneeling in the street in my pajamas with my phone flashlight on, looking under the seats for something I knew wouldn't be there. The back seat was as empty as always. The warning haunted me constantly. I only saw it when I stopped the car, but I knew it was always coming. I began to watch the back seat constantly, eyes flicking to the rearview mirror more than was safe or reasonable. My passengers noticed. My rating began to dip. My notes marking concerns about attentiveness to the road. My tips suffered as well. Finally, I bit the bullet and took the car in to get the sensor fixed. The warning mocked me as I parked it in the lot, daring me to go inside without looking. I wanted to. I knew that there was nothing there, but if I claimed that there was a sensor issue and they found a bag or a box or something other physical object sitting back there, I'd look like I was too dumb to have just checked the back seat. I knew I had checked it. I had checked it 1,000 times before, but I looked once more just to be sure. I explained my problem to the man at the counter. He typed some notes into his computer and said, "Gonna be a few hours until we can get this in." "That's fine," I said, "I'll wait." "You sure you didn't have..." he begun. I cut him off, empathetically, that I intended. "There is nothing in the back seat. I have looked." All right, he said, raising his hands to placate me. "Just trying to save you some time just in case." I went to look again after that. I really couldn't have stood being wrong at that point. It was empty. It was always empty. I knew every crevice of that back seat now. There was nothing there. I sat in the waiting room drinking coffee and playing on my phone. I was excessively nervous. I couldn't figure out why. It was just a sensor issue. They would fix it, the problem would go away. It was crazy that I waited this long, that I let it go and let it get to me this much. Finally, they called me back up to the front. "Well, we can't find anything wrong with your car," the mechanic said. "Well, what do you mean? There's absolutely nothing in the back seat." I've made very sure of that. "Back seat's clean as a whistle, sure, but we can't get that warning to turn on.
Either not without someone in the back seat. It cuts on like it's supposed to with a person back there, but if it's just the driver, it doesn't show. My expression must have been somewhere between disbelief and rage. The mechanic took a step back. Look, I'll come show you. I calmed myself and followed him out to the garage. He turned on the car while I watched through the window. He let it run for a moment, then turned it off. No message appeared. See, he said, we can replace the part if you want, but since we can't find an issue, it's not going to be covered under warranty, and we've got to take the entire back seat out to do it, so there's going to be a decent labor fee. I ignored him and got into the car. I turned it on and then, with trepidation, turned it back off. For the first time in weeks, no warning appeared. The rush of relief I felt was incredible. I turned the car on and off again several more times. There was no message. The warning was gone. You happy? The mechanic asked. Unbelievably, I said. He shrugged. I wish they were all this easy. I drove home feeling like I was floating. I hadn't realized how much tension I had been carrying or how much my car had begun to feel like a prison. The road was broad and open. The day was beautiful. I was free. In my peripheral vision, a light flickered. Something on the passenger side of the car had blinked out, a little orange light. I could not remember ever having paid attention to this before. I stared sharply at it, trying to figure out what had been illuminated. It blinked briefly again on, just long enough for me to read it, passenger airbag off. It stayed on whenever there was no one in the front passenger seat. It was off now. The final short blink could have been anything. It could have been an LED failing, a sensor breaking, any of 1,000 electrical glitches, or it could have been something setting it off into the passenger seat. I pulled over to the side of the road. I left the car running. When I got out, I did not look back as I walked away. There was no point. I knew there was nothing in the back seat anymore. I never went back for the car. The police called a few days later. They found my vehicle, they said. Some kids had taken it out for a joyride and it was in bad shape. And so were the kids. They were reviewing the dash cam footage. But did I want a copy for my insurance? I shouldn't have watched it. I knew that before I ever put the thumb drive in my computer, but I had to know. They were laughing at first, whopping and hollering and carrying on. They sped down the street, all clearly having fun at first. Pretty soon, though, one of them starts cautioning the driver to slow down. The panic starts, screaming. Then the pedals won't work, the wheel won't turn, the doors won't open. All while the speed on the display is creeping higher and higher. It ends as you'd expect. I'm sure there'll be questioning about why I left my car with the keys in it, whether I knew something was wrong. I suppose the clean bill of health I got from the dealership that day will be useful in proving my innocence. I'm not worried about that right now, though. My Ring doorbell is notifying me that there's someone on my front porch. But the camera shows nothing at all. Well, you guys, that was a pretty intense story. Maybe it was something spiritual. What do you guys think? Drop it in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed that story that we found here on r/snowsleep, another crazy Reddit story, you guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment on my community tab. Let me know what crazy stories, if you guys found any crazy stories on Reddit and you want me to cover them on the channel here, drop it in the community tab. All right, you guys, that was Random Thoughts Indoors. Crazy story time from Reddit. You guys have yourself a wonderful night. You guys are awesome. Peace. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we have an awesome one for you. I'm Matt, and this is another episode of Random Thoughts Indoors Story Time, where I just chill, spill some tea, and share some wild stories that stuck with me. Yo, you guys, I'm going to go through some stories live here with you guys. So I found one on r/Let's Not Meet.
And I'm going to read here today. So if you guys are just new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more RTO indoors story time. RTO story time today, guys. So this one's from the r/Let's Not Meet subreddit. Always change your locks when you buy a new house. Now this one is 6 years old, so I'd say it's pretty well verified that way. All right, y'all. So this happened in 2013, and I was 17. My family was looking at this house, and the owner showed up and talked with my parents. Seemed like a nice older man, built the house himself. It's a pretty nice 2-story house overlooking a river. Anyway, I was standing back watching everyone talk, and as the owner is talking and laughing, there's a break in the conversation where he turns away from my parents, and his expression completely and instantly changes from happy to the most sinister and hateful scowl I've ever seen. I don't think he noticed me watching. It probably appeared to be on my phone as my head was down. As soon as he turned back, he instantly went back to smiling. It was so creepy, and honestly made me feel sick. I told my mom, who said it was weird, but maybe he's just awkward. So we got the house. We moved in, and the next weekend my family is going to church, but I don't feel like going. So they all leave me at the home. So it's Sunday morning at about 11 a.m. when I hear really loud banging outside. It's rhythmic and coming from the side of the house. I was on the other side of the house on the second floor. Honestly, my dumbass thought it was maybe the wind. It was stormy that day, and I didn't think much of it. It stopped after about 5 minutes. 10 minutes later, I hear walking around the downstairs. Chairs moving, kitchen cabinets opening, and fridge opening. I immediately quietly go lock my door, grab my baseball bat, and call 911. While I tell them my address, I text my mom and tell her that someone is in the house and that I've called 911. At that point, the 911 operator said that someone was about 10 minutes away. I tell her shit because I heard steps towards the stairs. Basically, the house is so thin I could track where he was in the house. At this time, my mom responded, and she's on her way. She's 30 minutes away. So here I am, 17 years old, 5'2", 100 pounds, hunkered in her room, hunkered in her room full, well knowing that if he came in, he'd overpower me and take the bat. I was fucking terrified. I heard him walk down the hallway towards my door. I saw the handle turn and stop. It was locked, and I heard him stand there. He didn't move. I could hear his breathing. It felt like forever, but really I think it was about 10 seconds. I heard him turn and go back down. I heard the back door open and shut, and about 3 minutes later, the police pulled up. The 911 operator asked if I could let them in or if they needed to force it. I knew he had left, so I let them in. No one was there. No sign of forced entry, nothing. When my mom got there, she looked at my stepdad and asked if he had changed the locks. He didn't. I think the creepiest part, and what really validated my story, was that my mom had just vacuumed the hallway, and there were shoe prints that were larger than anyone in our house. And the police hadn't been up there, and they stopped just outside my room. He died about a year after that. Please don't forget to change your locks. So that was a short story here on the r/Let's Not Meet subreddit called Always Change Your Locks When You Buy a New House. So that was pretty creepy, guys. Yeah, so Definitely change your locks if you're buying a new house, 100%. Because you never know, somebody could come back. All right, let's go to another story. I'm going to show you guys. That's what we just read there. Now let's go on to another one. Now let's see. Church in the Woods. This got 5.1K upvotes, and it's rated epic. 5 years old, and it's called Church in the Woods. NSFW, so you guys, viewer discretion is advised. Okay. Now just to make sure you guys hear me really good here. This one's a little bit longer. So let's jump right into it. I posted this on r/backwoodscreepy a while back on this throwaway account. My wife suggested this sub might find it interesting as well, so here it goes. I grew up in Ohio in the 70s, and me and my childhood friend Joe were outside all the time. We could manage it. Joe lived on a farm that bordered a pretty big forest, and my parents would drop me off in the morning, and we'd stay in the woods all weekend. We'd only come out for school. We loved pretending we were frontiersmen. We'd build shelters, traps, practice making fires, and with sticks, the whole 9 yards. When we got to be in high school, we got to this notion to pull a Stand By Me. This was based on the movie of the same name that had just come out. The idea was that we'd walk the railroad tracks out in the country, but instead of looking for a dead body, we'd find cool bridges to fish from and camp a little ways off the tracks. Of course, we knew this was dangerous and we'd likely be trespassing, but we were kids. We had a lot of fun. We did find beautiful rivers, we discovered bridges no one went to, we'd fish, we'd hide from trains. At night we camped in the woods just near the tracks and made small hidden fires. Nothing bad ever happened. It was idyllically. In fact, it was so fun we did it multiple times. Never had a problem. After high school, me and Joe went our ways, and we both left home, but always stayed in touch and always tried to coordinate visits so we'd see each other occasionally. Well, one summer in the mid-90s, it worked out that we were both in town for about a week. We'd do stuff with family in the day, and at night we'd either catch drinks at a bar or sit outside Joe's house around a fire, talk about the old days. One night, me and Joe got to talking about Stand By Me trips. Well, nostalgia and beer are hell of a mix. Soon we decided to take a day, walk the trails, camp on one night away. The day come, we started out early morning. We had my wife drop us off in an old spot where we used to camp, right outside our hometown. She thought this was absolutely crazy and made sure to mention it. When she pulled away, Joe suggested that instead of walking the usual route, we take the opposite direction, just to be adventurous. We knew the land well. We had a map, so I gave a what the hell, and off we went. The day went fine. It was fun and a little sad, but in a good way. We found a bridge and sat on the edge, smoked a J, and moved on. We had no fishing gear, but we brought some canned food and other stuff. Before night started to set in, we picked a spot to camp. It was thick forest area, trees on every side of the tracks, so you felt like you were in a tunnel. We had brought small hammocks to sleep on, but before we set them up, we decided to do a little scouting of the perimeter. Now, this is what we used to do in the old days, too. We'd walk the area around a little bit to make sure some dude's house wasn't just over the hill or we weren't actually camping in their yard. We'd walk maybe 100 or so feet into the woods and up a small incline. We figured if we didn't see anything from the top of this short hill, we'd be fine. But when we got to the top, we saw an old building down at the bottom. About 100 yards into the woods, it was barely visible. We pondered over what to do. We both assumed it was Sugar Shack or something because there didn't appear to be a clear road into it. From where we were, there didn't look to be anyone in either direction. All was quiet, no movement could be seen, no lights. We decided to walk a little closer just to make sure. We came down the hill very slowly and we neared the building. We saw it wasn't a Sugar Shack at all, it was an old church. It looked like it had been abandoned for years. It was squat, sagging building whose wooden planks were almost black from years of moss and rot. A cross still stood on top of the place, also weathered and black. None of the windows had glass, and there were no doors, just open doorways. We got close enough to see inside. There were rows of pews and a built-up section in front for a preacher to stand. We didn't go all the way in. We didn't want to. Beyond all that, there was no sign of anyone else, no footprints, no paths, no roads. It was an abandoned church. We immediately went back up the hill to our spot. We had picked a camp. Having a hill between us and the church made us feel a bit better, but we were still a little uneasy. We chalked it up to the natural creepiness. Seeing a church in the middle of the woods would be crazy, right? Besides, at this point it was dark and we just decided to rig up our hammocks and go to sleep and move on to the early morning. Night set in, and as we lay in our hammocks and shout the shit... As we lay in our hammocks and shoot the shit, we began hearing something in the direction of the church. Our conversation about it went a little like this. Do you hear that? What the fuck is that? It sounded like people singing. And it did sound just like singing. We both slid right out of our hammocks and hunkered down, straining to hear more. We listened for a minute or two and the singing continued, but it wasn't getting louder. Finally, we decided to creep back up the hill and see if we could spy where the sound was coming from. We could still move very quietly in the woods from the old days. It was second nature to us. The moon was barely out, but it provided enough light so we could walk right into a tree. But it was near a pitch black, so we didn't use flashlights as we crept slowly up the hill, and we didn't talk. When we got to the top and we saw the light in the distance, it was coming from the church, and the singing was coming from inside. Joe and I put our heads close together and had a hushed conversation that boiled down to, can you believe this shit? The light looked to be candlelight from the way it flickered, and though we tried, we couldn't make out what was being sung. It sounded like church music, but in another language. We sat and watched for a while, trying to see who was in there, but we only saw occasional shadows. We had no intention of getting closer, and we had about a football's field length between us. The singing continued for a bit, and when it stopped after that, a booming male voice began to chant. I was already freaked out, but this voice thoroughly scared the shit out of me. It sounded like some Old Testament preacher you'd see in the movies. But again, it was like he was speaking in a different language because we couldn't understand a single word. Eventually it got to where the single male voice would say something, and then a bunch of voices would answer in song. This lasted for a while, and then they all broke into this long, sustained wail that just kept getting louder. It got so loud and so disturbing that I covered my ears. Then it stopped. At this point, I was getting ready and was about to say, let's get the fuck out of here, when Joe put a hand on my shoulder and insisted they're coming out. We were far enough away that we couldn't make them out really well, but what we could see was a line of figures walk out the open doorway, all holding hands in single file. We could see some of them had flashlights. They begun to sing again, and the light from the flashlights began to move towards us and the hill. We booked it back down to our campsite, grabbing our shit, and ran out to the tracks. Once there, we ran down the tracks into the direction we had come from. After a few moments, we stopped and looked back. We saw lights coming down the hill. They were moving erratically, like whoever was holding them was shaking them. We continued to run in spurts and walk as fast as we could. We eventually stopped seeing the lights and came to the road. By our map, we knew there was a small town about 15 minutes down, and we walked there. Got to a 24-hour gas station, called my wife to come get us. My wife and other friends all just thought it was kids messing around, but I heard those voices, and they sure as hell didn't come from no kids. Not sure who those people were, but it was definitely the creepiest thing that has happened to me out in the woods. But what do you guys think about that? That is crazy, guys. That is wild. I don't even know. Imagine being out in the woods and setting up camp and then doing your perimeter check. I always do a perimeter check, right? I always got to do perimeter checks. And then finding an old church in the woods and then hearing chanting and stuff coming from it. Obviously, that was probably spiritual, I would say, guys. Drop it in the comments below what you guys think about that story. That was a pretty good story, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good. I like that one. I really like that one. Okay. What do you guys think for the next one, you guys? What do you guys think for the next story? We have... Oh, no, we're not doing that. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Online date gone wrong. Lost in Baltimore and saved by a lie. What do you guys want to hear? What do you guys want to hear, y'all? Yo, you guys could swing over to the r/no sleep subreddit, pick out a story you'd like me to tell, and drop it in the comments below, and I can tell it. If you guys want to do something like that, you could, right? You could. Faux show. There's so many good ones, but like, I'm going to be doing long form videos on a lot of these too, so you guys, there's so many of them though that like, yeah, there's so many of them, and it's like, there's so many good stories out there that I want to tell in the RTO media. Like, you guys, I really want to tell all these stories, so don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, you guys, for more just like this. I think we might have time for one more. A shorter one. I had a schizophrenic episode and became someone else's Let's Not Meet. How about that? That one sounds, yeah, that one sounds good. Let's see, guys. So yeah, this is again on the r/Let's Not Meet subreddit, NSFW, so viewer discretion is advised, y'all. This is only a short story, so it will only take a minute. We may read another one, depending on if you guys want me to or not. So drop it in the comments below if you want another story after this. This one's called, I had a schizophrenic episode and became someone else's Let's Not Meet. All right, this one's short, like I said. I suffer from schizophrenia. The other night, I had an extreme episode of psychosis. I don't remember much about what happened. I was wearing sweatpants and high heels and wandering around my apartment complex. I decided to go home. The main door in my apartment complex requires a key card, like a hotel, but my roommates always leave the back door open. So I walked into what I thought was in my apartment and made myself comfy on the couch. I tried to go into my room, but it was locked, which confused me because I never locked my door. The people who lived there, though, I was a friend of one of our other roommates, so it took them a minute to register what happened. When they did, they freaked out, understandably, and called the cops. The cop thought I was drinking or on drugs, but I showed him my medical emergency card that explains I have schizophrenia. After he read the card, I was totally out of trouble, and he had just wanted to make sure I got home safely. I don't even remember the interactions I had with the people who lived there, as I wasn't super lucid until the officer came. So yeah, now these people have a story about how a random schizophrenic woman in sweats and high heels just came into their house and made themselves at home. This all happened at night. So yeah, that's a short story there. So yeah, that would be something, you know, go into a bit of an episode and then scare your neighbors, right? And then now they have that memory forever of some random schizophrenic person in their house not knowing where they're at. So yeah, that one's a bit crazy. What do you guys think? Do you guys want another RTO story time? Do you guys want another RTO story? Because that one was only short. So it's up to you guys. You want me to read you guys another one here?
His arms loose like he's still grooving. Alex jams the keys into the door, deadbolts it, slides down against the wood peephole to look out. Empty. Just rain. Slick streets and his own ragged breathing. He crashes on the coach that night, adrenaline crashing hard. Calls a buddy. Dude, some psycho just chased me home. But even as he laughs it off, doubt creeps in. Cops? They'd call it nothing. Paranoia for being drunk. Maybe. But sleep doesn't come easy that night. The grin haunts his dreams. Too wide, too knowing. Fast forward 2 nights, Alex is spooked but stubborn. Won't let one freak derail his routine. Same bar, lighter crowd, earlier close time, 1 a.m. Now, but he sticks to the lit streets, no shortcuts. Eyes peeled, and there.
Oh, you guys, I have a really good story. I gotta get edited up.
And the guy's waiting. Hood up, swaying. Alex freezes.
Uploading to the OneDrive right now.
Thundering. The dancer turns, slow, deliberate, and the eyes lock. That smile blooms again, brighter in the glow, like he knew Alex would come back. No words.
Yo, you guys go check out my Scary Stories playlist on my channel. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Let's go. RTO to the top.
Alex blurts, "Call the cops! Guy outside following me!" But by the time the cops arrive, streets clear, no trace, just Alex soaked in sweat, wondering if what happened, did he just imagine it? Or was it an invitation? And that's it. The smiling man who turned a simple walk into a nightmare, true as the goosebumps I'm fighting right now. Alex posted this on Reddit years ago, and the comments flooded with Me Too stories, grinning strangers in the night, gone when you look twice. Makes you wonder what's hiding behind the next smile. If this hit too close, share your close calls in the comment section below. What's the creepiest tale you've ever had? Share it in the comments below. Like if your team never jog alone. Subscribe for more chills, and I'll catch you on the next trail or shadow.
Thanks for watching the video today, you guys. If you liked what you seen here today, if it creeped you out, maybe you got a creepy story you'd like to share, drop it in the comments below. If you guys have a creepy story you'd like me to do on the channel here, drop it in the comments below, and maybe leave a link so I can check it out, or just let me know where you found the story at. And yeah, we can try to get it on the show. If it's creepy, if it's spooky, if it's good, we'll try to get it on here. I got one cooking up for you guys. A Tinder gone wrong. Tinder date gone wrong, you guys. Or so to say. So you guys have to stay tuned for that. That'll be next week's video. Again, I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And as always, you guys, will see you in the next one. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. building's over 100 years old. Converted from a children's hospital that shut down in the 50s after a fire. Whispers of a boy who died in the blaze, trapped in the elevator shaft. Welcome back to Random Thoughts Outdoors, you guys. Today on the Random Thoughts Indoors podcast, we have an epic one for you. We got to get a little bit of a horror story, ghost story, spooky stories. I know you guys love these, so we're going to try a little bit something different here. Give you guys a spooky story. The name of this spooky story is The Little Boy Who Haunts the Elevator. And this is a true story I found digging through Reddit posts, and I found it very interesting. Oh, there's so many good stories on Reddit I want to cover, you guys. So you guys, without any further ado, let's get right into it. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you guys know. Like the video. It helps us with the old algorithm, as you guys know. And all right, today we're going to have The Little Boy Who Haunts the Elevator. This isn't fiction. So this isn't fiction. This isn't a movie. This is real. This is a true story from a former nursing home worker, shared anonymously on Reddit. And like I said, that's where I found it, but verified by the chills it sent down my spine when I first read it. It's simple, it's subtle, and it's the kind of terror that lingers. Grab a blanket, turn off the lights, and let's go. Let's get right into it, guys. But fair warning, if you ever hear a child's giggle in an empty hallway, you might want to take the stairs. All right, picture this. A quiet nursing home. A small town in the US. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. Faint smell of antiseptic. Instant coffee. Our storyteller? Let's call her Sarah. Sarah was a caregiver in her mid-20s, working the day shift. She loved her job, mostly helping the residents, sharing stories over Jell-O cups. But one afternoon, everything changed.
Sarah's pushing Miss Harlan.
Sweet 82-year-old.
My edits there. Oh my! I'm getting better, guys. Just chill, bro. Chill.
It's the quickest way to the rec room on the second floor. The doors slide open. With that familiar
hey, I'm trying, y'all.
Harlan freezes. No, she says, her voice trembling like I've never heard it. Not with him. Sarah chuckles at first, thinking it's dementia talking. Who, Miss H? It's just us. But the old woman's eyes go wide, fixed on the empty corner of the elevator. The little boy is waiting. Don't you see him? Sarah looks. Nothing. Just scuffed linoleum and a flickering 3 on the panel. She glances Miss Harlan. Anyway, hits the button, and they ride up in silence. But the whole time, the resident's gripping the armrest, whispering prayers under her breath. Sarah brushes it off as a bad day. Until 3 days later, it's Mr. Jenkins now, a gruff Korean war vet who doesn't scare easy. Same elevator, same floor, doors open, and he plants his feet. Ain't getting in there with that kid. He'd follow you home. She asks what he means. Mr. Jenkins just points to the shadows by the buttons. Pale as milk, eyes like black holes staring right at you. Seen him twice this week. Word spreads among the staff like wildfire. Turns out, it's not just these two. Over the past month, 5 residents, sharp as tacks, no history of hallucinations, have refused that elevator. All mentioning the same thing. A little boy, about 7 or 8 years old, dressed in knickers and a newsboy cap, like something out of the 1920s, standing silent in the corner, not moving, just watching. He'd appear mid-ride between floors, and the lights hummed funny,
No doors opening or closing to let him in. And when you arrived, poof, gone. He was never there. The nurses chalk it up to mass hysteria or faulty wiring. But Sarah, she's not so sure. She starts digging. Old records, staff logs, buildings over 100 years old. Verdict from a children's hospital that shut down in the 50s after a fire. Whispers of a boy who died in the blaze. Trapped in the elevator shaft. No name, no photo. Just a faded note in the archives. Lost. The 3rd floor. That night, Sarah's pulling a double shift. It's 11 p.m. Hall's empty, except for the hum of vending machines. She steps into the elevator alone, heading to the top floor for meds. It's 5. The door seals shut. The elevator jolts upwards, past 1, past 2. Between 3 and 4, the lights flicker. A cold draft sneaks up her spine, like someone's breathing on her neck. She glances at the corner. There he is. Small. So small he barely reaches her waist. Face like porcelain, cracked at the edges. Eyes. God, those eyes. Sunken and endless. Locked right on her. No blink, no breath. Just staring. As if he's waiting. The elevator dings. Door opens on 5. Empty hallway. Empty corner. Sarah bolts to the nurse's station at night. 2 weeks later, she quits. Walks out mid-shift. Never looks back. Years on. She still avoids elevators. Still wonders. Was he lost? Angry? Or just lonely? And what if next time the lights flickered, he steps off with you? Well, folks, that's the story. The little boy who rides the shadows. True as the goosebumps on my arms right now. If you've got a brush with the unexplained, drop it in the comments below. Have you ever seen something in a place it shouldn't be? Like, share, and subscribe for more real-life nightmares. Sweet dreams, or not. See you next time.
That all she wrote, huh? And all she wrote, I think, for that one. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to check out the channel, RTO Media, Reddit stories, and lots of outdoor vlogs, you guys. Check out the channel. You guys will love it. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.